Hi, I'm Phil.
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Tonight on PGC, Ashley's going to teach you how to make...
Southern banana pudding.
Oh, I didn't know it was Southern. That's exciting. Okay, I'm going to get out of the way.
Actually, I think this is technically more Northern banana pudding, and the reason is because we used whipped cream, and in the South you use Cool Whip. But you can use Cool Whip. I would just recommend whipping it first. First things first, we're gonna make the pudding first. What you wanna do is you wanna put your whisk, whether it's a mixer whisk or by hand or egg beaters or whatever, you wanna put the metal part and your whipping cream in the freezer. If you have space, you can also put your bowl in there. It'll just make the whipping cream way easier, particularly if you're doing it by hand. I'm not a measure person. This calls for 3 cups of whipping cream if you are a measure person. Okay, and then for the actual pudding, I always get the big one because I don't know how much is in the small one, but you're gonna use 2/3 of a cup of the Jello Vanilla Pudding, or any vanilla pudding. And then you're gonna mix that with 1.5 cups of water. You need 2/3 a cup of the pudding mix. The recipe tells you to let it set up for 4 hours. We're not gonna do that.
Why not?
Because I don't like waiting that long for pudding. And it's instant, so like, it'll set up pretty quickly. Okay, I lied, we're just gonna use the whole thing. Alright, and then the other thing that we're gonna use is a whole can of 14 ounces sweetened condensed milk. We're gonna go ahead and mix all these little clumpies out.
Little clumpies.
Little clumpies. Okay, I cheated and I used a whisk. So now we're gonna put it in the fridge.
Oh my god. But will it close?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, the longer that you leave, well, don't leave your whipping cream in there for super long, but the longer that you leave this guy in here, up to a point, the better, because as cold as it is gonna help you. So in this case, I think this is, it's like 4 or 5 cups. So we're just gonna pour all of that in there, and then we're gonna let our mixer do all of the work. Alright, so I always like kind of let it build up, and normally you really wanna pay attention to not over whisking, but you just kind of let it go, and it'll start to form like nice thick peaks. That's what you're looking for with this. So this is starting to get a little thicker, and it's just gonna keep going for several minutes.
I'm shaking. Now there's a big old ball of cream. I'm shaking this infant formula.
Okay, so now that we have our whipped cream ready, what we're going to do is gently fold it into our pudding. Oh. That's how you know it's done. So I just kind of spatula it in a little at a time and then just fold it. Now this is the part where if you wanted to make it truly Southern, you would use Cool Whip. All right, so according to the recipe, you make 3 cups of heavy whipping cream into whipped cream, and then you put that in the mix, and that's how much you use. I do it until I'm happy with the consistency. All right, now I do the layering in a very specific manner for very specific reasons. It is unimportant to most people, but I do the cookies on the bottom so that there's a structure to the bottom so that when you pick it up, it doesn't just fall off the spoon. And you can use whatever type of Nilla Wafers you would like, but it should be regular Nilla wafer bread. All right, so we just do a flat layer. And you have to remember that you're gonna do multiple layers of the cookies, so don't, like, if you're using a big pan, don't put them all on the bottom. And now bananas. The recipe calls for 4. I just get bananas. I peel off half of the peel, and then I cut them in the peel.
I think everything's going well.
Okay, so cookies, then bananas, then pudding. And you have to, like, flop it on there, otherwise your cookies and your bananas slide around. It's like making lasagna, like you gotta smooth it out for the layers. All right, so you have enough for layer 2, and then we do that whole process again. Cookies, bananas, and then pudding. And if you are running close to running out on your cookie layer, make sure that you save a couple of them back, because we're gonna smush them and put them on the top. Putting our lumpy pudding in the top. Now for the cookie squishing. I do this by hand because we've always done it by hand. You could also put them in a bag and smush them with a cup or a rolling pin, or I don't know, a chicken tenderizer or whatever you want, but you could also just smush them.
What about a bowling ball?
If you really wanted to use a bowling ball, you could.
A bag of sand.
Sure.
What about A small cat that you did not apply pressure to, but you just let it walk on the bag.
I don't think that would be sufficient pressure for it.
Gotta be a big cat.
Gotta be a big cat, like a lion or a tiger.
Sure. All right, that's it. That's banana pudding. And then you take your leftover Nilla wafers and you dip them in a little of your leftover pudding and a little of your whipped cream, and then you try it.
Let us know if it's good or not. Is she lying to us?
I'll be the judge of that. Never had this before. Golly gee, I wonder what it tastes like.
It's like vanilla pudding right now.
It's excellent as always.
Describe the flavor, mister.
Well, it tastes like banana and vanilla, a little bit of cream, and that's it.
There's no banana in the party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so all the banana is actually in here. So when you let it sit,
You lied to us.
But I just associate those flavors with bananas.
You liar.
All right. Well, I'll just leave.
Go take a nap.
but ta-da, that's it. That's it. That's how you do it.
All right, close us out, Kayla.
Hello! You just made banana pudding with Ashley. How do you feel? Like a banana? Appealing? That's all I got.
Raise to the top.
Oh.